Alright, welcome back, good people. On this video, I'm going to talk about more passion. As you know, this week the theme is going to be passion and hobbies. This video I'm titling 9 ways to figure out your passion. Now, before I begin on this video, I want to talk about a quote that I read in line with passion. Now, this quote was by a guy by the name of Alan Watts, and I wanted to share that with you guys today. And that quote says, "This is the real secret of life, to be completely engaged with what you are doing in the here and now, and instead of calling it work, realize it is play." That's by Alan Watts. And I thought that was really, really profound in reference to passion. Because once you're able to identify your passion and you're able to live in that passion, that's not work. It's what you enjoy doing. That is the pinnacle. It doesn't get any better than that, especially if you're able to generate an income from it. And you can. It's possible. It's doable. I'm doing it right now. And you can too. Even though you may not have perceived that possible for yourself before watching this video, it is possible for you to do that. Let me just reiterate that. If you put your time and effort into it, and not a long time, because also remember, this is what you like. So it's not like it's work. It's like you're just doing you, right? You're doing what you enjoy. Now, getting back to the 9 ways to figure out your passion. One of the ways is through friends. That's right. It says, since birds of a feather flock together, a great way to discover your passions is to start by listing all your friends' passions, what your friends have a passion for, because you like those people, right? It goes on to say, list your top 10 friends, usually those on speed dial, and then list 2 of their passions. I'm certain that you'll see some commonalities among those 2 or 3, right? And if you look closely, you can see others' passions as well. Right? You can see what your friends really like, what they gravitate to, what they spend a lot of time talking about. See, that's one of the things we really do with our passion when we are around people who share that passion, right? We bring out that type of stuff. Number 2 are books and magazines. Take away all the required reading and the textbooks from schools, and then examine the books that you have on your bookshelf or the magazines that you have. When you go to a library and you walk into the library, yeah, they still exist, but not very many. Or when you walk into a bookstore, what section do you go to? What section do you gravitate to right off the bat? As soon as you walk in the door, what are you looking for? Right? That's an indication of what you want to know more about, or perhaps what you have a passion about, right? The third one is movies and television. Movies and television. I'm not real big on television. I'm not a proponent of watching a whole lot of television, because that's a form of brainwashing to me. They guide you to where they want you to go and buy what they want you to buy, right? So, but people do it, and people love it. It says, what movies have you gone to see on the opening night or bought a DVD of? Do you remember? What moved you to have seen that movie on the day that it comes out? What was the excitement or the thrill or the drama or what was that for you? Because if you went, what they were advertising and marketing worked on you, right? If this came to your mind, oh, I got to see that when it comes out, the day it comes out. Well, they got you, right? Even if you like it, that's okay, but just understand that that's what you like, right? You got to understand you, because it's about you. It's not about me. It's not about her. It's not about him. It's about you. So you need to understand what you like, so that you can share that with other people and possibly be rewarded for that. Number 4, employers and organizations. It says, your time is your most valuable resource. So wherever you give it to something you don't have to give it says something about you. Whenever you give your time to something that you don't have to give your time to, that says something about you, right? It says you like that, or you would do that for free, right? Actually, that's what I consider learning. When you're doing something for free, you're learning it so that perhaps one day you can do it for fee, right? So you can get paid to do that. Number 5 is hobbies and personal projects. How do you spend your time after work or on weekends? I realized that even if people had a year to do whatever they wanted, many don't know what they would want to do. Are you part of that many? Because if you don't know, then what I'm sharing with you today should kind of, send a spark so that you start to think along those lines. What would I like to do, right? And number 6 are causes and problems. We can gain a lot of insight about what we love through examining what we hate. If there are 3 social problems that you could erase from the world with one wish, what would they be? For you, not for me, well, for you. If you can identify those, then perhaps the flip side will be something that you like or care about. Number 7, online communities and websites. Nowadays, we spend a lot of time online and are finding community as well by being online. It may be easier to find a supportive online community than to find a local one-on-one group that you can go to and be part of face-to-face, right? The types of communities we seek and subscribe to communicate a lot about what we have a passion for or where we are at that point in life, right? And being aware of who we are and what we like kind of shortens the path to happiness, because we want to spend as much time in those areas as we possibly can, right? And there's only a 24-hour window that we have each and every day. We all have that, no exceptions. If you're above ground, that's what you get. You get a day. They call that a 24-hour period. And what you do with that 24 hours molds you into who you eventually become. Not who you are today, but who you eventually become. Because you can change who you are today by getting on a path of doing something consistently over a period of time, and it will shape who you are. It will change the dynamics of the way you feel about things or the way you view things, right? Because a lot of times you might think this is a certain way until you get more information about it, right? And as you get more information about it, you might say, well, you know what? That's not so much like that after all. I think, I want to, kind of die down or cut down on the way I feel about that, because I thought that was negative. That's not negative. That's okay. It's actually a good thing, right? Number 8, events. What's the latest event you went to? What's the latest event you bought a ticket for? What was the purpose of that event? Going out to an event can be a lot of fun, but it can also be very telling. If you love concerts, outdoor concerts, that may be something you want to be a part of. You may like that atmosphere, that world, so to speak. If you like horse races, if you like track and field, whatever events you kind of like, ooh, I got to go see that. I got to go see that. These things are telling you something about you. And understanding who you are, being able to look yourself in the mirror and being able to be okay with what you see, right? I mean, really okay with what you see, because quite often what we do is we kind of go through life bouncing off of what people's opinions are. If they like us, if they don't like us, if we feel like they like us or we feel like they won't like us, or for whatever reason, we have to kind of get outside of that and kind of focus more on how we are going through this life and let the world bounce off of us, right? Instead of us bouncing off of it so much. Now, the final one I want to talk about is subjects of interest. When you are chilling with friends, what do you tend to talk about more than anything else? Ask yourself, if you had 10 minutes to give a presentation, what do you feel you could speak on for 10 minutes? that you know enough about. 10 minutes is not a long time. And when I share these videos, I normally make a 10 or 15 minute window. I like to stay within that range right there because people don't have a long attention span, even if they're interested in learning something, right? Even if they like you, you know, that there's only so long they can listen. And I understand that, and that's why it's essential that you understand how you want to deliver your information to the world, because you don't want to go 45 minutes or an hour or 2 hours at a time. It's okay to do that if that's how you have your system up, but just understand that those dynamics will be different than a 10 or 15 minute video, right? I may be able to make 200 videos in a year. You may only be able to make 100 because you're making them so long, right? But if that's what you enjoy doing, that's what you enjoy doing. When you're speaking at an event, it doesn't take long at all to create an hour worth of content, because being on stage for an hour goes by really, really quickly. When you're trying to share all your information with your PowerPoint presentations and your, you know, face-to-face contact with the audience, all that winds that hour down pretty quickly, right? So keep in mind that this video is about understanding your passion. It's 9 ways to figure out what it is that you like, right? You hadn't figured it out yet, right? That's why I'm here to help you. Stay tuned for these videos. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to like these videos, share these videos, and subscribe to this channel. SpeakWithLarry.com.